Another one I did for competition. This one took a long time. I don't know if I'd ever do this again, just for the time it took. I really wanted to make these doors open on this one. And in the original kit, it was the Rescue Chevy van is the original kit that this came in. So I had to cut open the hood, the window, the side door, and the back door. And this was another one where I could only use what was in the kit. So luckily this one came with a, just some, they were little, it was kind of like a little booklet. And so I used a lot of that. Yeah, I think I could just pop these off and show you. So I used a lot of the little things it had in the booklet as kind of like a, just posters that, you know, someone might put inside. So there's another one inside. Here's the interior. Let me pop this door off. I made these removable so you could see them inside of them. So that was the original. The bed is actually the original gurney, and it does fold up, and you can latch it up there. And then this is just a little piece of plastic that was in there, and I made it into a TV. And then you can kind of see, this was actually, the table used to be the spare tire cover. So like I said, this one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed building this. Even though it was tedious, I was really happy how it came out. So this actually comes up here. So I couldn't make any, normally I would have done different hinges for this. But just because we had to use what was in the box, I just went with, I had to use some sprue. And again, I was really, this one was a lot of fun to build. A lot of little detail. And I actually won first place on this one. So I was pretty happy. And now it's falling apart. This one was a rebuild, 55 Chevy. And it's one that I just came in pieces. It was pre-painted. Well, at least the body was. I did the interior and some other parts. I'm still adding some little pieces to this, like I gotta add the exhaust, the drive shaft. I'm sure there's a few other little minor things. The rear end was actually from a completely different kit. It did have the front end in it. I believe the motor was from something completely different also, because it did not have the motor in it. I added the little gauge here. There's the motor. The motor was actually from a much older kit, where they used their mother string for the plug wires. So I thought that was kind of cool, so I just left it on there. It's kind of a neat little thing they used to do. Looks like I'm missing a light there. But like I said, this one's still kind of a work in progress as I find some pieces that fit, that sort of thing. I do have to go back in and redo the trim on this. I probably will add some bare metal foil or something to that effect, make it just stand out a little better, or I might not. I'm not sure yet. Here is one that I had a lot of fun with, and this was just the stock car that I took a NASCAR kit and took a bunch of the pieces off of it and modified it to fit this car. You see I still have to add the exhaust here. But I wanted to build a race car out of this, but more of a stock looking, you know, it was still more of a vintage style where they would take a regular car and kind of turn it into a race car. I added all the roll bars are custom. Pretty much everything's custom on this thing. Looks like I went with a 426 Hemi. I did not add the wiring in this one. which I may go back and do at some point. The decals are from, like I said, another NASCAR kit. So totally kind of made up NASCAR. I didn't really go off of anything that exists. I'm sure you can find something that exists, but I like to just kind of make it up as I go. This is another one I did for a competition. Had a lot of fun with this one. The street bike is actually from my brother-in-law's father, who passed away, and he had a bunch of parts in a bag, so he had given those to me, and I was able to kind of piece together, I believe it's a Triumph. I'm not, if anybody knows differently, if they could just put it down in the comments, that'd be awesome. But I believe this is a Triumph. That was a lot of fun to rebuild that. And then the little scooter, that is from the Dodge pickup kit, I believe by AMT. And I just added a few little details like the rearview mirror. Eventually I'll go back and add the brake lines and the throttle cable. And then the truck itself is quite lowered. I went with a custom interior on it. And apparently I did not finish all of the bottom end, but it's there. Again, this one was a lot of fun to build. And a lot of fun with this one. I almost started cutting the doors, and I think I have another one of these. I think I might actually cut these doors out because I think it's a perfect model for that. Here's the bed. Yeah, that's that one. This one was actually my first model I did. I actually did this back in 2019, I believe. It was my first chop, and then we had a competition online to do a rebuilder, and so I picked this one just because I never did like the chop that I did. It was, you could really see the lines, and it was just a really bad job. And then so I added the slicks to it. The door had already been cut from me previously, so I kind of left it like that. Updated some of the motor, redid the paint, added different decals, made the windshield open. This one was actually a lot of fun to build. You could tell even after I repainted it, though, I still had some issues with the paint right along here, which honestly I'll probably never fix. Maybe someday, I'm not really sure. I'll probably just build another kit. It is what it is. I spent a lot of time on it, so I was a little frustrated with that, but that was my own fault. I probably just sprayed it too quickly, so live and learn. So there's the back. This one, originally this kit is from AMT. It originally has the little crank here, and I really didn't like that, so I added a motor from, I believe that's from a Scorch and Scooter, Hot Wheels. And I just added a carburetor to it, exhaust, that sort of thing. Added a battery, added a little gas tank there, and then kind of added some controls from another kit I had. Just kind of piecing stuff together. And that's the kind of thing I love to do, is just piece these little things together and just kind of make something different. So there's the underside on that one. I really like, this is one of my favorite models also. It was just a lot of fun to build. The chop was actually not too difficult for this kit, because you can come right along here where the window is. So that's that.